All right, today we're jumping into a classic story by Liam O'Flaherty called His First Flight. Now, on the surface, it's a simple little tale about a young bird, but really, it's a powerful metaphor for a feeling we all know, that gut-wrenching, paralyzing fear of taking a leap into the unknown.
I mean, who hasn't, right? Whether it's starting a new job, learning some crazy new skill, or just gearing up for a tough conversation, that moment right before you go for it can be absolutely terrifying. You just feel frozen, stuck on the edge of something huge.
And that feeling, that metaphorical ledge, well, that's a universal experience. It's something everybody gets. And yep, that's exactly where our story kicks off. So, let's meet our hero, a young seagull sitting all alone on this rocky ledge. His entire family, his parents, his two brothers, his sister, they've already flown away. They're gone. But our little guy, he's still there, just completely paralyzed by fear. And listen to the way the story describes this. It's so important. From his point of view, it's not just water, it's a great expanse. The drop isn't just far, it's miles down. See, this isn't simple hesitation, like, oh, I'm a little nervous. No, this is a bone-deep, certain belief that his wings will literally never work. That right there is the essence of paralyzing fear. Okay, so why do we care so much about this one scared bird? Why does this story get to us? Well, because it was never really just about a bird, was it? The seagull and his whole struggle, they're symbolic of our own lives. And just as a quick refresher, in case it's been a while since English class, that's what symbolism is, right? You take something concrete, like a seagull learning to fly, and it stands for a much bigger, more abstract idea, like finding freedom or crushing self-doubt. And let me tell you, this story is absolutely jam-packed with it. So here's the real heart of it. The seagull's fear of flying is a perfect stand-in for our fears. Seriously, think about it. The terror he feels looking down at that ocean is the exact same knot you get in your stomach before you hit send on a huge email or walk into that important meeting. This is what makes the stakes so high, you see. For him, taking flight isn't just about getting from point A to point B. Oh no, it's a complete reinvention. It's about finally conquering that inner critic, gaining your independence, and achieving true self-belief. So the big question is, if he's this terrified, how in the world does he ever make the jump? What's the final push? Well, that's where his mom comes in. And her approach is basically a masterclass in what we call tough love. Now, she doesn't just, boot him off the cliff. It's actually a pretty smart strategy. First, she tries the nice way, encouraging him. When that fails, phase 2, motivation through hunger. She even gives him a little tutorial on how to dive for fish. And then, for the final move, she becomes the catalyst, dangling that fish just out of reach to force his hand. And this line from the story, wow, it really nails that tough love idea. It sounds so harsh, doesn't it? But what the story's getting at is that sometimes, maybe the most loving thing someone can do is create a situation where we have to face our fears just to move forward. So this brings us to the breaking point, the climax of the story. The pressure's been building and building. His hunger is screaming louder than his fear. Something's gotta give. And this is it, the moment of truth. But here's the thing, it's not some big, heroic, planned-out decision. Nope, it's a raw, desperate, instinctual lunge for that fish. For a split second, he totally forgets to be scared. And bam! That's all it took to break through the paralysis. And just like that, everything changes. That one single dive, that one leap, in a heartbeat, he goes from this terrified little bird stuck on a rock to a creature soaring through the air. I mean, it is a complete 180-degree transformation. You can actually feel this transformation in the whole vibe of the story. It starts out so anxious and low, right? Then the middle gets super, super tense. And then it just explodes into this amazing, triumphant, celebratory ending. And check this out. The reward for his big leap isn't just survival. It's so much more. It's acceptance. It's praise. It's being welcomed back by his family. His fear had made him an outcast, but his courage, that brought him right back into the fold, stronger than ever. Okay, so what's the big takeaway from all this? How do we apply these lessons to the ledges in our own lives? Because really, this story is like a toolkit for growth. When you're facing your own first flight, there are basically 4 key skills you can pull straight from the Seagull's playbook. First, courage isn't about not being scared. It's about doing the thing anyway.
Second, self-confidence. That's not something you start with. It's the result you build after you try. The story also screams persistence. But maybe the biggest lesson of all, nothing, absolutely nothing, happens until you take that first terrifying step.
And this is perhaps the most crucial lesson of all. The potential was always there. His wings worked the whole time. The physical ability was never the problem. The only barrier was his own self-doubt. He just had to find a reason to trust the equipment he was born with.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. We can't really control the feeling of fear. It's just a natural reaction. But courage, as our little seagull shows us, that's a choice. It's the decision to leap despite the fear. So when you find yourself standing on your own ledge, what's your decision going to be?